You know that feeling when you have that you have two different contrasting opinions about something, and you know that something's fishy or something isn't right.
Mm-hmm.
You ever
All the
had
time.
that? You have it all the time. Okay,
Darrell,
so
I'm having it currently with the job. So
well, there, that's a whole different plate of eggs we're talking about here. That is a whole different plate of eggs we're talking about. But it relates. Yes, it relates. But that's a whole different plate of eggs, dog.
a whole plate of eggs. What is this between running and done?
No. It could be, or it could be, hold or scrabble.
Oh
It's just
God,
a
yeah,
whole different plate of eggs.
yeah.
Just, just hypothetically throwing that out there.
Sure,
And
sure.
like when we have, some family situations, and something isn't right, you're going to speak on it, right? And
Of course,
when something is wrong, you're going to speak on it.
right.
I've always talked about one in particular story prior to Granny's death. I've always talked about that, and I felt like that life was being taken for granted at that in particular moment, and I still do to this day. Stuff like that.
I think I know what you're going. I think I know where you're going.
Well, you
I
know
think
what I'm talking about, though, right?
that's
When
what
I
I was thinking about. I think I know. I think, but I'm not 100% sure.
well, I've always talked about it. It always made me mad because it was being felt like that. It was being portrayed by me that I didn't want to go and, see Granny on Christmas, right? Felt like I just didn't want to do it without hearing a logical explanation on why I felt the way I did. And it had nothing to do with seeing Granny. It was all about them taking life for granted.
Oh,
You know
okay.
what I'm
Yeah, I
talking
do
about.
remember that. Yes, I do.
Yes.
Yes, I do now. It took me a
Yes.
minute. I got you now. We're on the same page.
But
I
yeah,
got you now.
that's what I'm
Yep.
talking about. It's like I say these things for a reason, right? I say, hey, look, boom. Thanksgiving, man, Thanksgiving wasn't even there yet. Why are we waiting a whole
Mhm.
damn month? Why are we
Right.
waiting a whole damn month for this? It just
Right.
don't make sense to me.
Hmm.
So what? You feel like now that I need some, some mental care? No, I'm just
No.
speaking on how I felt in that in particular moment that I still do now because of
Daryl, if that was the case, does somebody else need mental care too? If that was the case, and I give you an
that's
example,
just the
you
whole
share
point
that
though.
namesake.
Yeah, that's just the whole point though.
I know that's just the whole point.
But
I'm
yes,
just
I
saying
should.
that
Yeah,
they should have that. That should be the exact same ordeal.
I agree.
Him
No,
too,
I totally agree. I
but
totally
nobody ain't
agree.
talking about him. Ain't nobody
Bro,
talking
they're
about him.
talking about me.
Exactly. They
They're
ain't talking
talking
about
about
you. They ain't talking
me.
about him. Yeah, they ain't not talking about him. They talking about you.
Yeah, like I'm some stupid bride or something. Like I just sat there and was born February 5th, 2012.
Girl,
Really?
you excuse my ignorance for saying this. Hoes before mothers. Go ahead.
Yes, rightfully
I'm
so.
just keeping it real. I'm just
No,
keeping it real.
yeah, hell, that's just the truth. And then had us taking his spot. What in the holy camole fuck? Boy, there are all kinds of bull junk out there. But y'all talking
Oh,
about
God.
me.
Man, we could sit here all day and talk about that.
Bro,
Oh.
just saying, that's just the
Mm.
whole point here.
Yeah.
So I bring that up for a reason. Chandler Jones. They know he has an issue. He has not been the same person since he was with the New England Patriots. They knew this. So he leaves the Patriots, he bounces from different teams. And he's not the same person. He's not the same person. He gets to Vegas, he reunites with Josh McDaniels. That hits a fire. Boom. Still ain't the same person that he used to be. This smiley personality that went around and did this, played around a lot, and just smiled for the whole world that made other people positive.
Like
He
Irvin
ain't the,
Johnson.
huh?
Like Irvin Johnson.
Like Irvin
When he
Johnson.
found out that
Correct.
he had AIDS, that he still had to smile like if there was nothing going on.
Yep. He still portrayed his whole self. And he had
Mhm.
to, because that's how he was raised.
Right.
Chandler Jones is a whole different breed here. This is a whole different cat. This is a prime example of, one of the signs of needing, professional help. And that was with Chandler Jones.
Mm-hmm.
And so they just released him maybe last week or so. And now when he made those rants on X, talking about um, Aaron Hernandez and Josh McDaniels, and wanted that he was probably, had something to do with that. Um, Aaron Hernandez being killed, and him just not being his normal self. That's how you knew that he needed help. Instead of, the team looking at, hey, let's, you know shoot him down some, downtime, and see if he just needs some help. Instead of just releasing him. Yeah, he got arrested, but he violated a temporary restraining order, for a domestic violence ordeal or domestic assault, one of the two. I think they're still the same, but oh well. He um got arrested for that, and now it's a whole, you know, playing the cards to a field, and he's not, being his usual self. He's kind of been, emotional about that whole thing. And now it's probably opened up a whole new web of things of him being, actually committal, wanting committed suicide and stuff like that, or doing some kind of harm to himself. So now you beg to differ to look at, should have, the team looked after him and mental needs, like mental care, like how they did I forgot that dude's name, and I talked about him on my Breaking Mental Health podcast. I can't remember his name. I think it's Andrew
Oh, you talking about the dude
Tolan.
that
Yeah, Andrew
yeah, the
Tolan, the
dude
one
that
that
was
Dodgers signed
mm,
every year just for the benefit of access to mental health care. I think it's Andrew Tolan. I believe that's
right.
it. I could be wrong, but
No,
with
that sounds accurate.
yeah, the Dodgers doing that, that's showing that, hey, he dude needs that help. So let's just keep on signing him and get the access that he needs. And that's a perfect gesture. And he's a black man. Chandler Jones, on the other hand, he has a little bit of history, violence and stuff like that. Most people do deserve second chances, right? They do, but in this case, it wasn't nothing like that. So I felt like that they should have at least looked after him first if they wanted to decide to release him before they did all that. But what's your thoughts on it?
I believe that when you have two different types of uh, two types of leagues that thinks differently, it shows its results. Now, when you talk about Andrew Tolan with the Dodgers
Right.
and being able him to be signed every year
Mm-hmm.
to continue to get the mental health help that he needs, but you turn right around and you look at the NFL and you look at Chandler Jones being a black man,
Yeah.
and people know that he has a mental health issue. New England or whoever he was with just releases him, and
Vegas.
Vegas,
Yeah, the
even
Raiders.
worse, just
Correct.
release him and that's it. That's it. It's one of those things where you have to know, where your help comes from.
Mhm.
You have to know, oh, okay, the MLB is doing what they can to help people. The NFL, not so much. You just got to kind of balance the beam on this behalf. And
Absolutely.
when something like that happens, you should know, hey, I think you do need help. You still should be a roster on this team, and you should be at least demoted down to practice squad and still be able to get the help that you need all at the same time.
Yeah.
But they're not doing that with a lot
No.
of people anymore.
No. I
I
guess
think it's the worst thing ever.
it is. He's had erratic behaviors. He's had been, you know, uh, talking about that whole Aaron Hernandez thing ever since he committed suicide. That has not been the same Chandler Jones.
Right.
He just,
Yeah.
he just broke down. He's been really miserable, life after Aaron Hernandez. So
Mm.
it's like you said, just one of those things that you have to just kind of look out for these individuals. But the NFL is just really not one of them. They portray to be the
Hmm.
ones to actually look after, people with the social injustices in the end zones and ending racism and, equality and stuff like that and kicking the stigma for mental health. But the Raiders wants to send out a statement talking about that they hope that he gets the help that he needs. And they could have been the one to provide that. That's how you know it's a
Yes.
bunch of horse shit.
Yeah.
That's how you know.
No doubt. No doubt.
So sometimes we just have to think about what we can do as an individual. I always say that on my podcast of Breaking Mental Health that you always look after yourself. You stay true to yourself. That to me is the biggest key. If you look after yourself, you'll be fine. You ain't gotta rely on nobody else. Loving yourself. But that's all I got. Anything else you want to add to this?
Nah, nah, I'm good.
All right. So that's it for me. Darrell's Reactions. Thank you for watching. Of course, you can check out all of our other content, gaming content on YouTube. Um, damn, I forgot the handle for that.
Um, the Watch
At
Brothers.
the gaming content at the Watch Brothers, yes, and then our podcast content is on at
Oh,
Double Take Sports Talk.
the sports talk. Mm.
If you ain't changed it,
No, I
okay.
can't.
Oh, that's right, you can't. Yeah. So check out all our contents there. Then of course you can follow us on social media. Um, X is at DTSD2414 and Instagram, the Watch Brothers. But thank you for watching. I'm Darrell. Darrell's right across from me.
Yeah.
All right, catch you with us next time.